I was reflecting over some of my law enforcement career today. A story in my head kind of got it started. And I remember one of the things that used to frustrate me the most is when we'd be set up on something or there's some kind of crime in progress and we wanted to go in and deal with it, go into this dangerous situation and take care of it. And supervision would hold us back for whatever reason. And that could be a whole nother discussion. You know, some of it may be they weren't making good decisions. Maybe some of it was I wasn't making good decisions. I was reacting on emotion and excitement of the moment. You know, maybe with their tenure, time in doing the job, they saw a bigger picture. I've had a lot of different thoughts about that. But the fact alone is it was always frustrating when I wanted to go in and deal with something. I remember specifically going to a domestic violence call, actually about, I don't know, less than a mile from where I'm driving right now, ironically. And the caller stated that there was clearly a verbal argument going on in the apartment above them. We got there and nobody answers the door, of course. Why? You know, I understand that. Why would you come to the door if you've maybe done something wrong or committed a crime and it's the cops knocking on the door? But I was, in my mind, 100% confident that I had heard arguing in the form of yelling and screaming and maybe some banging of items at least. It didn't sound like you know, fists hitting things. Once you do that job for long enough, or you're in MMA or boxing, it's a very different sound, an object hitting a wall versus a person. So, but then it stopped, of course, once we knocked on the door. And I wanted to go in. Plain and simply, I wanted to go in. I wanted to kick in the door, make sure everybody was okay. And supervision got there, sergeant got there, and said that we didn't have enough. We didn't have enough to go in. There wasn't a completely articulable threat or sound or gunshot or somebody screaming for help. It was just a loud argument. You know, whether that falls within what you feel like we should have done, totally different discussion. But I am at least willing to admit that she was trying to make a decision not based on the excitement of the moment, based on maybe the bigger picture. Again, whether that was not aggressive enough, it was too aggressive, it was the right thing to do. I'm not a police expert. But I remember being so angry about knowing it because we wanted to run into danger. I wanted to go take care of that problem. I wanted to go help somebody take care of this issue. In fact, one naysayer on I batch these videos so they come out later than when I make them, but a post that came out yesterday that was about police suicide, some rambling moron talked about that, you know, cops aren't really, you know, talk to any cop you know, they've never been to an in progress crime and stopped it. Man, I got some stories for you, homie. I just refuse to engage with idiots like you. So I was very frustrated. We couldn't go in. I want to go do the thing. Here's the point I'm starting to get to, is that we will make decisions in law enforcement. We will make decisions in life, but in this case, law enforcement, specifically with the caution that we don't lose somebody. We don't lose an officer. Their life isn't changed. They're not killed. There's not a lawsuit. We will make decisions, and decisions not to go into something based primarily on the fact that we don't want to lose an officer. I understand that. I understand there's a whole gamut of decisions that have to be made. I was never a high-level supervisor. I'll probably never understand that. But you're already losing people. And I'm not talking about attrition, although difficult to deal with. You are already losing cops to suicide. You are already losing families because of emotional stress. You are already losing good people, but we're not making the decisions that might mitigate that. We'll hold back from a warrant service. We'll hold back from kicking in the door of a house. But we're not doing the things that we need to do in order to save those lives. We're not having the discussions that we need to have. We're not doing the things that we need to do in order to stand in that same righteousness of making decisions based on not losing somebody. I won't bore you with the numbers, but in 2019 I did a very intense study on operational versus organizational stress in law enforcement. And over a 25-year career using what's called a canonical correlation, big algorithm that looks at all pieces over a span of time and correlates things, shows the strength of relationship. There's a very strong correlation to operational stress and organizational stress to changes. Well, over a 25-year career, organizational stress went down about 25 points on a 120-point scale. Organizational stress, the stuff that we deal with that's not the job, that's not the handcuffing, the late nights, the eating poorly, the physical attacks, the verbal attacks, that the stress of that went down over a 25-year career, generally. Organizational stress went up 3 times what operational stress went down. Organizational stress, I don't trust my agency. I'm afraid they won't back me if I have to use force. We don't have the equipment we need. We don't have the training we need. We don't have the mental health support that we need. If you made it this far in the video and you're a cop hater, or my social media gal turns this snippet into something for real, and you're a police hater, please move on. Your discussions are getting old. Nobody with an IQ of more than 2 digits uses ACAB anymore. Please just move on. Move on. You're just repeating stupid rhetoric that you have absolutely no factual basis for whatsoever. So we're not doing the things that we need to be doing. It's admonishment of administration in the system. But you are not doing the things that you should be doing to save us, to save our beat partners, to save our coworkers, to save people in this profession, or any public safety profession or military profession. You're not either. You know how I know? Because you call me and tell me that your marriage is falling apart. You call me and tell me that you're broke. You call me and tell me that you're angry all the time. Little things piss you off. It's the number one thing that I hear. Little things constantly piss me off, and it's making my marriage fall apart. It's making me drink too much, and I'm not sleeping, and I'm exhausted, and I'm overwhelmed, and I don't feel like any of this is worth it anymore. What are you doing to ensure that you are not among the lost numbers? Whether that means death, whether that means injury, whether that means life falling apart. They're all detrimental. They all feel like a life-changing thing. What are you doing? What you need to do is fix this damn filter. This filter that you've seen on other videos, or if this is your first one, please go check them out. I've got tons of them. Your filter is the problem. Yes, trauma affects us. Yes, stress affects us. Yes, this job is difficult. But one of the most difficult things that it's done overall is that it has jacked up your filter. And I don't mean that we need to be fake nice or think the world is a safe place or that there aren't bad guys out there. I'm pretty sure that I can refute all of those comments. Both through personal experience, through professional experience, and through literature. I'm not trying to go to fake nice, fake happy. I'm trying to learn to be rational. I'm trying to learn to think in a rational manner and not an overreaction to emotion. Because that overreaction to emotion is what's causing all those problems that I just listed before. You demand you must be perfect or you're shit. People must treat you with respect or they're shit. And the world must give you what you deserve or it's shit. Watch this, speaking of respect. Lady let me in to the lane I needed. Because I have to cross 5 lanes to get to work in a block. And that's what we do in the South. We wave. With all our fingers, by the way. But I digress. What are you doing? What are you doing to be more rational? Rational emotive behavior therapy is what changed me. Once I started dealing with the neurobiological aspects of the trauma, I still had to fix my filter. It was still the longest part of the work that had to be done. What are you doing to stop the number of losing us from increasing?